Yo, what is up, guys? This is the Brickto here, and today I wanted to discuss the Lego Ideas review results. So we knew this was sort of coming down the pipeline here. It got delayed by a day or so, but this is one of the biggest reviews. I think the biggest reviews here. 57 projects, just an absolute ton of them. I'm not going to go through each of them, beforehand. But after we see the ones that were picked, we'll kind of go through the list and see which ones maybe was a little bit disappointing that didn't get picked. But honestly, just a ton of options. A lot of IP sets that I would say maybe captured a snapshot in time of a certain popularity for a show, a video game, things like that, movies. And those IP ones become pretty tough, I would say, in general. Super questionable, and it's hard to predict those, whether those are going to be able to be made into sets. So it is always tough. I will say, so my brother and I, we're talking about this, and we were basically putting out our best guesses as to which ones would be made into sets. And so I'll go ahead and give you our initial predictions before this results came up here. So he had guessed either his first choice was the bowling alley as most likely, and second choice the jazz quartet. I, on the other hand, chose I went ahead and chose the Shire, which is a a Hobbit sort of set. And I thought maybe that might be a good time for them to sort of bring back that. And others sort of like a TV show kind of in the works. It's been in the works for a while, I think, from Amazon. I thought maybe they might be able to sort of secure that IP again. They've had it before. So that was my first pick, and my second pick happened to be Medieval Marketplace, and that was a little bit of a sort of shot in the dark a little bit there. There are rumors of sort of 2022 creator sets sort of hitting on that Viking wave, which I think could include sort of that medieval time period, which, again, would take out probably that Marketplace set and also most likely that Viking ship that I think a lot of people wanted. But let's go ahead and see the results here. Okay, wow. So first up here, we have the Jazz Quartet. I feel like this is one of those ones where it's like, it just screams kind of like the Lego Ideas was going to pick it, just because the ease of sort of making this happen, this sort of like buildable kind of like figures and like that. I feel like they've just done a lot of this stuff recently. I'm trying to think like those Mickey Mouse like kind of anniversary kind of like little figures and things like that. But again, anything that does not have an IP attached to it, to me, they just always go for those ones, or at least one of them. And so I'm not surprised with this, to be honest, and I'm not super excited for it. This won't be a set I'm picking up or anything, but again, it's a cool fan design. If this is something you're interested in, I mean, I'm sure it'll end up looking good and be a nice display piece. Oh, see, I already see it here. We have the office. So this is surprising. I'm not gonna lie. This has just been something that has been asked for such a long time now. I want to say like 2015. That's probably the wrong date though. I mean, it just seems like year after year after year, there's just this push for an office Lego set. And then I know at one point they had the license with like another brick company. It was like super random, but they were selling that. It's just kind of junk, to be honest. I don't remember what brand it was. They're selling that for a little bit. So then I was like, well, Lego's not gonna be able to get this thing for a little bit then, because that's out. But wow, look at this. Finally, we get an office set. This falls right in line with a lot of the sitcom sort of production style. I almost want to say like kind of vignette almost a little bit too. It really is going to fall in line, I think, with something like that we've seen from Friends and Seinfeld, and in my opinion have done very popular with the adult crowd. But I think with those sets, they do pretty well, right? Like, it's a decent price point, you get the minifigures you want, and the build looks decent. So I know not everybody's a fan of that style, but I think they've done a good job of sort of kind of mastering that and supplying that to fans, at a reasonable price point, and getting the minifigures. Okay, so Snow White and the Seven Dwarves, very interesting. So this actually looks to be, let's see, requires further review. So yeah, this one actually is not completely passed yet. Going to require further review. Very interesting. I remember seeing this on the list, and I was going to include that in my top two. My only thought process behind not including it was that Lego already has a partnership, with Disney currently. So if this is something that they were interested in and whatnot, they didn't really need the Ideas approval or Ideas support to kind of push that forward. I feel like they could have done it, which also makes me question, why is this requiring further review? So in my opinion, right, like, Disney has obviously Disney and Lego basically are partnered, obviously with Disney, with the Disney Castle and things like that. It does seem weird that I would basically assume that they would have the ability, the IP, to be able to create this set. So it's a little interesting there. Partly due maybe to the fan model and the size of it. Could have to do with, I don't know, some like molding or something for the Seven Dwarves. But again, just really speculating there. I don't know. It seems a little bit interesting that it does require further review. But it looks like that's the three basically, that two secured and then one awaiting further review. Honestly, this one I think would be a really, really nice set. I think it would be a bit pricey, especially if it was anywhere close to the size of this build. That definitely looks close to maybe $200 set price range. So it will be interesting to see what they do with that. I feel like in general there is a pretty big backup of Lego idea sets, kind of like awaiting release. So these two up here, if you're excited for them, I would hold your seats a little bit, because it is going to be a little while. But overall, I'm pretty happy with this review. We've had some reviews with a lot of sets in there, and we only get like one out of them, and so I'm excited to see that we at least got two for sure. I think a lot of people are going to be happy with the Office, the Jazz Quartet. I'm sure there's going to be a select few that really like this set, so I'm glad for that too. But mainly, I think the Office here is going to be notable for most Lego fans. And then this one as well, the Snow White one, I think would be very popular. I could see this being a good play for Disney. This could be one of those sets that they have, sort of like, it's like the Disney Castle. I almost equate it to that. Just really iconic, and I think adult fans and maybe even kids alike, might be interested in a set like that. So hopefully that'll get passed too. And so we can go through here and look at some of the ones that were passed on. Like I said, it is a little small here, but a lot of IP sets. This is one I thought maybe too. This sort of King Tut. Almost same style as basically a lot of the like Star Wars mask and DC and things like that. Sort of the bust for those. It's a pretty similar style, so I thought maybe they might go with that. But I'm sure there's some rights needed to curate that or something too. So a ton of different IP options. But yeah, overall satisfied with the review. I'm curious to hear what you guys think of it. Was there a set you're really hoping for that didn't get picked? And are you in general, just as a Lego fan, satisfied with the two that are for sure and the one that's going to take further review? So anyways, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you enjoy the thoughts and sort of explanation behind it. If you guys are new here, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Until next time, guys, it's the Brick Duo signing off.